Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching Nest News, live from the Student Union. I'm Kara Scarbrough.
And I'm Max McBride. Coming up on today's show, protests in downtown Jax for Tyre Nichols.
DeSantis' promise to defund diversity initiatives.
Housing rate increase at UNF.
Student government's proposal to fix parking.
The Botanical Gardens at UNF.
OzFest.
And a sports update. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Joined the ranks of protesters in cities across America as they rallied in front of the Duval County Courthouse last weekend, calling for police reform and accountability. 3 days prior, the videos that showed 29-year-old Tyre Nichols being beaten by Memphis police were released to the public. The released footage comprised 4 clips showing Tyre Nichols being beaten, pepper sprayed, and tased. He later died of his injuries. Jacksonville activist Ben Frazier made an appearance at the Sunday rally, calling for the crowd to be angry about what happened in Memphis, but also to remember that there must be police accountability in Jacksonville. University of North Florida student Olivia Kalin gave a speech to the crowd, saying no more bloodshed, no more pain, no more cops. Community controlled now, as her voice broke. Kalin is also a member of UNF's Students for a Democratic Society.
During a Tuesday press conference, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced legislation that, if passed, would completely defund diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at state universities. This announcement comes a few weeks after the University of North Florida reported less than 1% of its state-supplied budget was put toward critical race theory and diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. According to DeSantis, this legislation would ensure Florida's public universities and colleges are grounded in the history and philosophy of Western civilization. Specifically, this proposal would prohibit state higher education institutions in Florida from using any funding, regardless of its source, to support critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and what DeSantis called other discriminatory initiatives. The United Faculty of Florida, the state's largest faculty union, called the announcement a move that would destroy our state's future. Learn more about DeSantis' proposal at unfspinnaker.com.
Last week, the University of North Florida announced that they would be proposing an increase to on-campus housing rental rates at the Board of Trustees meeting in late February. Rental rates for on-campus housing have not changed since 2015. According to the announcement, the proposal suggests an overall change of 4.25% for each of the next 3 years. If approved, they would take effect starting in summer 2023. Housing and Residence Life told in an online statement that the rental rate increase is requested to ensure continued quality services for residents and maintenance of facilities while upholding the university's financial responsibilities to bondholders. This announcement comes at a time when on-campus housing is full. The university told Spinnaker that 2 weeks ago that 25 students were still on a waiting list for a dorm.
Last week, student government unanimously passed a resolution proposing faculty parking spots be redistributed and that faculty access to blue lots be removed to address parking concerns. Specifically, the resolution asserts that student government finds the following actions necessary. Number 1, redistributing faculty parking. Number 2, removing faculty access to blue lot spaces. Number 3, creating an Osprey Connector Express bus. And number 4, taking measures to incentivize the use of gray lots by students. The resolution alleges that the university has not instituted any measures to increase parking availability since 2013. Senator Gabriel Smith, addressing parking concerns looking forward, said, "I still think it's important to lay the groundwork for this happening in the future." Because this resolution doesn't change anything, and now heads to UNF President Moaz Lamayam and other members of the administration.
Behind the blooms and bushes of the University of North Florida's 24 Botanical Gardens, you'll find Rona Gracie, an expert in garden cultivation and management. Nestled in the Brooks College of Health, Gracie says the redesign and the healing garden focus on the human connection. The garden now hosts a suicide prevention bench in partnership with Josh's Benches. A former architect and interior designer, Gracie says it's not all about placing all the most colorful flowers in a row, but selecting plants that can thrive together and allow one another to reach their full potential. In the Peace Plaza garden with the statues of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., there are purple and white flowers, which are the colors of the women's rights movement. It's important to make sure creating a successful learning environment starts from the ground up. So nurture every seed. In Gracie's words, UNF is special because it's hidden amongst the forest.
And now to Riley for your sports update.
What's up, Ospreys? I'm Riley. It's homecoming week with plenty of excitement all over campus. Athletics is no different, with the squads having a big week. Let's get into it. The Jacksonville Dolphins. You know them, you hate them. It's River City Rumble Week. UNF kicked it off Thursday night with a dominant win over their rivals, taking down the Finns on their home court 76-63. The Ospreys took an early advantage and never looked back, leading for all 40 minutes of the game. Jose Placer led the team with 30 points, hitting 7 3-pointers on the night. They'll be back at it Saturday against JU, this time at UNF Arena. The game starts at 5, but there's plenty of pregame festivities, so show up early and have some fun. That's all I've got for you this week, Ospreys. Swoop!
Don't forget, Ospreys, OzFest is still on today. It starts at 6 and lot 18, so be sure you've gotten your ticket.
Think about the weather too. It's been rainy all day, but it's supposed to end today at 3, which is now.
You know what? We did something about this yesterday.
We did. We filmed a special Spinnaker on the street asking people how they felt about OzFest. And you can check that out on our YouTube channel at Spinnaker TV.
Absolutely.
That's just about all we got for you today, Ospreys.
Remember, consider donating to support Spinnaker through the link in the description below.
For all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com.
Also, make sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNFSpinnaker and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spinnaker TV, for more content.
As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Max McBride.
And I'm Kara Scarbrough. We'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News.